own voice, lead from within. With me today, I'm with Claudia Passa. How are you, Claudia?
Hello, Namsa, hello, everyone. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Claudia, she's not very well today, guys.
A
She's recovering from the
bit of a
cold.
cough and so on. Yeah, but it was just now good when you asked me because obviously you want to, yeah, the words are important. So I did say I'm very well, thank you, as I'm getting better. And
Yes.
yeah,
She's
so
getting better, she's recovering, and
yeah.
she's here today as well. I normally sneeze like
Mhm,
then I'll be talking.
mhm.
It's hard to stay off sick when you work with people anyway. It's because they expect you to show up, and also you're showing up for yourself as well.
Yeah, and the thing
Um,
is as well, when you show up, you forget actually as well about you feeling a bit like under the wind or something,
and
under the
yeah,
wheel. That's another thing I noticed. It just distracts you as well. And yes, you do get better and out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm?
yeah. So the topic today is finding safety within healing through regulating your nervous system. True healing does not begin with fixing what is broken. It begins with restoring safety. When your nervous system feels unsafe, even love, success, rest, and faith can feel threatening. Your body may stay on a high alert, shut down emotionally, or swing between exhausting and anxiety, even when life appears fine on the outside. So, finding safety within is an invitation to come home to yourself. This journey is not about forcing calm, suppressing emotions, or spiritually bypassing pain. It's about gently teaching your body that the danger has passed, that you are allowed to rest, feel, receive, and belong, starting from within. So, on these steps, we are going to walk you through understanding your nervous system, befriending your body, and building eternal safety. Slowly, compassionate, and sustainable healing happens not by rushing, but by regulating again and again until safety becomes familiar. Claudia, you chose this topic. I'm sure our audience would like to know what was the motivation behind the topic.
Well, the motivation behind the topic is that, yeah, just like as well to come up and to share and to bring it out there. So, what are some techniques that we personally do or that we have tried and heard of that we apply when things get a bit tough and we feel a bit off, or we might feel a bit underwhelmed or even stressed? Like stress actually as well is like one of the major components, which over a too long period it leads to, like to shutting down, to getting sick as well, to getting a flu, a cold actually as well, like. So what are your regulations and practices, what it is what you're doing? And the thing is as well, our body talks to us all the time, but we are just not, most of the times we are not really tuned into our body, or we are just starting to become a bit more aware of the body. But the truth is the body's talking to us all the time. So how, so what are the signals and what is the body communicating to us? Yeah.
Okay, what is play?
I don't think anything on here. Something on your end?
Yeah, I think I must have pressed something. I like Claudia when you say uh, the way you explain that actually is really, really important to the techniques that we use because we're different. We use different techniques and stuff. For me, um, I was realizing, I don't know, I think it was a few days ago, I was like, oh, I've never been off sick. Not because I don't get sick, but I just the techniques that I use, like when my body is not well, I don't sleep. Honestly, I find if I sleep, Claudia, it takes forever. But if I just get up when I'm sick and just go to work and just sometimes I even forget. The only thing that annoys is the cold. But when you're like sick, like sometimes I even forget that I'm sick. And when I get home, that's when I get reminded that, oh, I'm not well. So I just, and also sometimes I try to fight using my mind to fight the sickness, not to, but with the cold. But now because I'm cleansing and fasting, with the cold now is so disgusting because it can't stay in my body. So if I've got a cold, it drips on my mouth. So I have to have tissues. It started like last, was it last month? That's when I realized, oh, the cold is no longer staying in my body. I think it's because of my fast. My spirit is really, really strong. So I think that's that. But I think, and also, um, it's important to understand your body is not an enemy. When your body panics or when your body shuts down or when you overthinks, when people pleases or can't sleep, like when you can't sleep, it's easy to feel betrayed by yourself. For me, I don't know if there's any day where I can't sleep. I love my sleep. Claudia, honestly, if I can't sleep, that means that there must be something wrong. But when I go to bed, the minute I say I'm going to sleep, do you know how long it takes me to go to sleep?
This, oh,
Just this.
okay.
The minute I jump on the bed, I'm gone. You don't expect to talk to me. If I'm doing other things, cuddling or anything, that's fine. But if my mind says I'm going to sleep now, sleeping means sleeping. It does not mean thinking about what didn't work in the day, what didn't. I sort of switch off from everything. But some people can't switch off. Can you switch off from your day-to-day things?
Yeah, I can because currently as well, I'm just thinking I don't have something really bothering gone or worrying gone in my life, but I'm not like you. I don't fall asleep like this. I do need to get a bit into, the sleeping mode and to, don't know, just like to relax and to calm down. And that's actually a good thing that it's possible for you, because sleep is like yeah, it's just like very important. And this is when we the body as well regenerates, and everything in the mind can be processed of the day and so on, and reflective dreams and so on. And overall sleep is like very important, and it's boosting the immune system as well, so far I've heard. So, and this, all of these things we need when we are healthy, and to stay healthy, because as well when we feel a bit unwell, sleep is when we recover, and when the body recovers. It's not when we feel unwell and we are still, like up and about. It is actually when we are sleeping is when the body fully recovers as well, even, like at times when we feel a bit sick. So actually I envy you. Well done. I've always admired the people who, and they are usually as well my partners or my partners were, it's just like they're just gone like that, and I'm like in bed next to, and just waiting until I get comfortable, and then I can doze off as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some people sometimes when they don't sleep, they wonder, they let their mind wander about life and stuff. For me, my sleeping means go to sleep. That's all it means, Claudia. I cannot be talking about anything else or thinking about anything else. So sleep is sleep. So I think that is really, but it's good to be different as well because we're all different as well. Um, so as long you understand your body, what your body likes and stuff, learn the language of your nervous system, I think is really, really important. I like when you say like your spouse and you are different. He goes to sleep straight away, as you said.
Yeah, like you know, like yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think people needs to learn like Kayla's dad used to say, how do you sleep like that? And I'm like, what do I need to think about? Bed means bed, it means go to
No, no,
sleep.
well done. I really like that, you know. And the way you talk about it, and it is ingrained in your brain, it
Yeah.
so makes sense. You know, the bed is sleep, and sleep is what you're doing in bed. And no, no, well done. It shows as well the way you talk. It is just so in your, yeah, it is as so become a program. And that's
Yeah, for
good.
me the
Very
bed is
useful.
where people make love. When they finish making love, they talk, they go sleep.
Mm.
That's what I
Mm.
cannot be thinking about who did not call me in the business or the money for tomorrow. I got to switch off. So I think I've trained my body to do that, just to go to sleep. But sometimes when I don't sleep, that's when I know that maybe there's something is wrong and stuff. But I only sleep for a few hours now because my pastor is used. I listen to him. He says, what do you do when you sleep for 8 hours? You have to understand, you have to ask yourself when you go to sleep for 8 hours, what happens in that 8 hours when you don't see things? So I'm like, I'm not gonna sleep for 8 hours. So I just sleep like sometimes 3 hours. Today I went to bed at 5:30. Did I? Yeah, that was up at 7.
Okay,
Uh,
so at 5:30 in the morning.
yeah.
So what do you do during the night then? Because I know that you sleep very late. I know this about you. What do you do
Yeah,
then?
sometimes I do other things. I plan things for my business. If I go to bed, like sometimes I can go to bed for a few hours very early. So that means if I go to bed very early, I have to be up at midnight. And then I do other things. Then I read. 3 o'clock is my reading time.
Okay.
If I'm reading fast, the chapters that I need to read, I can read them maybe till 4 o'clock. But if I'm reading slowly, I can read them until after 5. But
Mm.
I have to make sure I hit my target, what I say I will do. Otherwise, I don't go to sleep if I don't hit my reading target. But I'm finishing my reading target, I think, end of March. So that means I can go to bed at 2 a.m. or I can go to bed earlier if I finish my target. So I always have a target of what I'm doing. I always joining clubs and things like that, to make sure that I'm doing other things. But when everyone goes to bed, I go to bed. Then when they're all sleeping, I sneak out.
That was
Because
actually a good
nobody knows
plan.
I'm awake. So I'm like, my pastor is actually telling the truth. So I get up in the morning, I ask them, was I in bed? Did you hear anything? No, no one knows I've been awake.
Mm.
So what time do you go to bed, Claudia?
Well, I do the usual 11 o'clockish or something, you know, like, yeah. I'm actually as well the person, I don't know, it's just ideally before 12 o'clock, because I don't know as well. I keep hearing the sleep before 12 o'clock, before midnight is like the best, you know. But again, yeah, just, yeah, it's not possible all the time, you know, but like 11 o'clockish. It's because as well I like to get up early, but I do have to say as well I don't sleep through. You know, it's I suppose as well it's this time in my life. You know, when you are over 50 and you are in menopause, and sometimes it can come as well with sleep. Yeah, I don't know, sleep issues or something. So I think.
Yeah, I don't understand because I'm like 40, I'm 48, I'll be 49 this year. And one of the girls, she was like, don't you get to the times where you forget things? I was like, no, I don't. And she was like, where you like a mood swing and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't. Because I just work on myself, on my mind, like a self-healing. I cannot, there must be a reason why the body turns that way. But in me, I'm hoping that, Claudia, when I'm in my 50s, I'm going to sleep because I love my sleep.
Mhm.
I'll get depressed if I don't sleep, honestly.
Mhm.
When is even in the day, like if my body feels tired, I don't fight it. I just go for a nap for 1 hour. If my body says, no, right now, need to rest, I do get rest. So I think it's really, really important for people to listen to their bodies. Like Claudia, you say, like you don't sleep properly and things like that. But I think the body is changing and things like that. Also, DNA as well might be just changing. Maybe just try to eat. Do you take any vitamins?
Yeah, I do. Vitamin C, calcium, vitamin D. Yeah, just like, you know, these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do. I do.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because if I'm hoping that my body will stay the way because I don't like this business of not sleeping.
Obviously, it's different for every person, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just different for every person. But then, obviously, too, there are some other things as well that we can do when, you know, we feel a bit like out of control or a bit like too a bit overwhelmed. So what's something that you do when you feel like overwhelmed? Yeah, overwhelmed with life and the things you have to do on a specific day. So it's something you do with
For
overwhelmed.
me, you guys have seen my chains on the. You have seen my chains. The church that I go to anyway is not a normal church like everybody else. So we get taught to speak to our problems.
Mhm.
So when we go on Sundays, we get taught uh, like energy of laziness, energy of anger, energy of I'm not enough. We deal with it. We confront ourselves. So that's why I like my church. And sometimes we deal with the things like we our pastors, they'll teach us to deal with the like when you like since you were a child, when you were growing up, they were part of you. Like sometimes you got angry, and when you get angry, sometimes you can box your soul there, or you can box your soul somewhere else and things like that. And I like it. I find when I'm calling myself and saying, Nomsa, wake up, wake up. Like when we go to a stage where we're calling ourselves, I normally see myself like coming from somewhere else. I'll see myself, I'm sleeping somewhere, but it means my soul is somewhere else, is not with me, is split somewhere else. So I need to bring myself back. And when you do that, that's when you discover the part of you that you never thought you had. Like it's either you discover your intelligence or you discover your true personality about yourself. Because sometimes it's either when you argue with people or when you get angry, when your life is not satisfied. Sometimes we leave our energy somewhere, things like that. And I didn't know. So for me, in my churches like that, we do that. So they teach us to do that. They teach us, it's more like self-care. It's like, like um you have these people like, let's say you want to get married. You have a sleepless night because you want your wedding to be perfect, and you end up having health problems. borrowing money, and my church is not allowed. My pastor does not allow that. So when you say you're getting married, they sit you down and find out where did you get the money to get married and things like that, to do this big wedding that is going to leave you stress. So they have 3 weddings so you don't feel left out. You don't stress yourself. You don't stress anything. You have a extravagant wedding where you have the money, the cash, you do it, no stress. And you have a mid-wedding where you have a little money, but you just want to splash it out. Or you have just a wedding where you dress up, you come and get married as you're going to church. So people cannot say, oh, this one, things like that. So my church is a church like that, where the techniques we get taught in church. You know, like when you go to motivational speakers, you have to go for business event and stuff. My church, Dr. Olukoya teaches, he tells you that that's who Jesus was. You got to learn things yourself, how to speak to yourself or your character and things like that. When things don't make sense, we get taught the techniques. But sometimes some people don't get it, but me, I get it. That's why I don't want no stress in my life. I divorce the stress, Claudia, because that's what they are teaching me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. At this stage as well, I'm not a big fan of stress and I like to eliminate it as well. Or when I see as well something could lead to potential stress,
Yeah,
yeah, just like as well to have the ability, okay, to have like the red flags that I can see, oh, this, if I put too much attention and focus the wrong way to it, it will just like flag up, and I don't like to do this as well anymore. But obviously it includes people too,
yeah.
sometimes people as well in your life, the way they are, the way they deal with things and so on, leads as well to bringing stress on
Yeah,
you. And that's something as well, yeah. Not a big fan, absolutely. Because again, like some of my current values at this stage, I mean, one of them is peace, like, and calm, yeah.
I
And
like your values.
well, yeah, obviously we all have different at life, and they change as well throughout life. I mean, one of your values as well, I suppose, I make it as family, yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah, for
very
me, I
important.
love peace as well, Claudia.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying I love your values,
okay.
girl, because
Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, me, absolutely, totally. But it reflects as well the star sign. I'm Libra, and I'm all about balance and peace and so on. It's just, it comes with it, and I can feel it in my body as well now. So yes, I appreciate it a lot. So it's just like people and circumstances and situations where I feel, okay, it's yeah, not working out the way I would like. So it's just like I don't know, ideally as well to not to put so much attention into it, and to remove yourself as well from those, yeah, situations.
yeah, I like it when you say you like peace. I think peace is really, it's really, really important. I was doing something, I think, when was it? I like when you say you are in a stage where you like peace and stuff. For me, it's a peace and gratitude. And I look at myself like if I'm arguing with something or I'm mistreating or like even if I'm not in the wrong, I look at myself and I'm like, why would I want to argue with this person? I just need to value my life, man. I need to, when I die, I just need God to give me a hug and say, no, Sayus, you enjoyed your life. But before, I never used to think that way. But now I'm thinking, I don't have time for negativity. I've seen people saying they don't have time for negativity, but they treat people bad. But if for me, I treat you how I like myself to be treated. And at the same time, I need peace in my life. honestly, I need peace. Without peace, I don't think you can't think or focus. Imagine when you're dating someone who is moody. You can't think, you can't focus.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be happy like me. Me, I'm always a happy guys. Even when I'm at my lowest, I dance.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
when
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's very good as well. The dancing. I saw one of your videos the other day. I think it was yesterday, and yeah, no, it's very good as well to express yourself, to move the body, like because emotions and stress and everything is stored in the body as well. Here we go back to the body, like, yeah, it is all connected and stored in the body, So movement, like working out, going for walks, movement as in dancing, very, very good. I have to say, I don't dance. I should do a bit more because, yeah, it's a very good thing to do and to move the body.
Dancing is very good for you, Claudia. For
Yeah,
me, when
no, no,
I'm
it
really,
is.
really sad,
Mm.
you will never find me. I go to a place where if I'm having disagreement with someone, I just tell myself to shut up, even when I'm not in the wrong. But before, I'll find 20 reasons to explain to that person I'm not in the wrong and stuff. But now, I just have to say, God, I appreciate this person being in my life, but I'm not gonna argue. And I just live my life and just accept the things that I cannot change in that moment, and then I just dance away my pain. Once I dance away my pain, I release my body, I release the stress or anything, and I have to stay focused. If I have a problem, I have to name the problem. I cannot lie to myself that I do not have a problem while I have. I have to name that problem and find the solution. I might have made a mistake 2 weeks ago. I went to the altar and asked God to discipline me. And some now, I think he started doing that a long time ago. I think a year ago. When I've got problems, he will be like, I want to grieve. Like sometimes, like Pastor Henry when he was ill. When I realized he was in a hospital, honestly, I wanted to grieve and like the Holy Spirit because there's no time for that. And I was like, what's the time? What time do I have? It's like, it's time to focus. Healing. You need to cite the healing to him. And it's like, but I need to, is no, time to grieve.
Mm.
So there are times now where sometimes I want to get upset and I'm not allowed to get upset. And I'm thinking, can I just get upset for a little thing? It's like there's no time to get upset. There's no time to stay focused on what you're doing. Like sometimes I might be talking to my daughter and we're arguing. And I wanna go like this, and I'm here. I'll see my body like is releasing that anger. Is like no time for that. She needs love. So I'm thinking, okay. So I don't have time for that anymore. I just love peace. I think peace is really, really important. And you become more intelligent as well when you don't get involved in negativity.
Mm.
Have you noticed that, Claudia?
Yeah, intelligent. Mm. Well, yeah, I suppose if you stay true to yourself, because most of the times the negativity is not really serving you in your life and not productive, right? So yeah, I think I get it. You just know what works best for you and you stick to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's important to anchor yourself in the present moment. It does help as well. A triggered nerve system time travels, it reacts like back then, it happens again. So anchoring means the simple cause feel like fit, name 5 things you see, remind yourself today's date, look around and locate. So for me, it's just updating my body and just looking around and just looking at my life and being grateful and resetting everything in my body and just being aware. And also the people that you surround yourself is very, very, very important to surround yourself with people that have compassion because we live in this day, it is so, it can be cruel. So you want to live with people that have compassion, and you also need to have a compassion with your life as well. So I think those things are really, really important. What advice would you give someone, Claudia, right now? They're watching the talk show. They're like, you guys make it so easy to actually live this life is life with self-awareness of your nervous system and things like that. But in is what advice can you give them?
I mean, it's practice for me, it didn't just happen overnight. Yeah. If I look back, just like as well, today compared to a year ago where I was standing, I changed. I mean, obviously, all of us, we are today not the different person we were like a year ago. So, but obviously as well, the way I spend my time, I listen to podcasts, motivational podcasts when I walk the dog, and I still do my courses where I feel attracted, where I still pay and do online courses in regards to learn and to grow more as well as a person, and yeah, again, it's about the journey, it's not a one-time hit wonder. It doesn't go like this, but yeah, it's just like I always do things, yeah. And the way as well I pick movies, I mean, obviously I do like still, like these lawyer series and movies and everything. I'm still fascinated by it as well, but a lot of the times as well, I just want to watch a funny, easy movie where I can laugh and just like relax and let go and so on. It's just like so many things how you pick your time. And I do like as well time alone. Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, it's just like I really appreciate the time by myself as well. This morning, I took the dog. We went even into town to go for a walk because the weather has been quite pleasant those last days in the UK. It's in the two digits, and spring hopefully is coming up soon. But like as well, I was thinking I don't want someone always next to me when I walk the dog. It is just me and him, the podcast, or I just look around and observe and see what's going on in the world. So yeah, it's just this is it for me. What is it for you? Just like, yeah. So the same question for you.
I like it when you say you like some me time. I like some me time as well. Um, even like my daughter, my older one, she's at uni, my youngest one. So my youngest one, she'll just go and play in the afternoon if I'm working from home. She'll just go and play outside. So I'm having my me time on my own working. And or sometimes I'll have my me time in the evening as well. So it's depend. Like I like having my space as well. And at the same time, I like family time as well. So all these things that they are really, really important. So I think it's just, and also, um, I like it when you said just when you like whatever you do, just do things that like you like going for walks with your dog and stuff. Like sometimes myself, because when I'm doing my dance, I have to do my music myself and I have to edit everything like the beat of the music using AI. So sometimes I do that, getting creative on my own and just sitting there and getting creative. We're talking to the AI. Sometimes we argue Sometimes we don't argue, and I'm like, that's not what I ask you to do, and things like that. Or sometimes it will be like, Nomsa, speak proper English. I don't understand your English. Then I'm like, but I'm written in the same English that you have written. So which part of my English you don't understand? So he's expecting me to write the AI English. So I like spending time on my own doing those things, getting creative. And then I like spending time with family, talking, finding out their stressful day, what they've been up to, and things like that. And I think that is amazing. But what I don't do myself, I understand the world can be very cruel. So I create my own world, how I want is happiness. I don't expect everybody to be happy, but for me, I know if I'm not happy within, health-wise, I'll damage my health. So even when I met my lowest and my lowest, I was laughing at my mom. Something happened last month, and me and my mom were like, "What the heck is going on?" So today, this morning, we're laughing about talking about this thing, and I say, "Mom, one day you will live to testify because you've never seen this part of this life." I think it's me that is causing it anyway. So I was like, you've never seen this part of life, but I'm glad that you're getting to experience it. I'm teaching my mom to stay calm when problems rise. So, and sometimes like I can notice like on WhatsApp, I'll check on her when things like you said, Claudia, sometimes you can't sleep. So I check WhatsApp to make sure she's sleeping. When the time I'm at work, I make sure I check her WhatsApp to make sure she's sleeping. So if she's not sleeping, I'll be like, hey mom, what are you up to? What are you doing? So all those things like that, I think that is really, really important to take good care of yourself. Because imagine you have a problem today and you stress yourself and that problem gets sorted out. But your nervous system, you already damage yourself. So, and that's why for me, during lockdown, I divorced stress, Claudia. I looked at my family when we were coming out to lockdown. I was like, we came out number the same.
Mm.
No one died.
Mm.
Even in my family, my children's bloodline, the number was the same. So I said to myself, I'm going to be grateful, God. If I don't have money to buy food, I'm just going to go to sleep. I will survive. I'll go on a fast, go to sleep, I survive. I'm not going to stress. If I don't have money to pay the bills, the people have to wait where I have to pay the bills until I have the money. But I'm not stressing no more. That's the attitude that I have, Claudia.
Yeah.
Can't stress myself.
And that again is very good, just like because again, it is up to us, we make things happening for us and we decide as well if we want to have them bigger or smaller and so on. So well done. Another tip I like to give as well
I
for
like your life, your decision you've made as well. You're going on holiday, girl. You said you made a decision that, you know what?
yeah, it's true.
I'm just gonna enjoy life.
Yeah.
And you stick to that decision. Well done.
Yeah, it felt a bit too soon because I was just away like in December, and now to go away, a part of me is like, it's too soon. It needs to be at least
No,
six.
it doesn't need to be
No, no,
anything.
it's just like concepts, things we keep telling ourselves. But then is where we booked the trip, and we booked the trip just 2 days ago, and we already go next weekend, if you know what I mean. But like, no, it's fine. It's just like so important to get a change of scenery. And unfortunately, when you live in the UK, it is cheaper to go abroad than doing holidays in the UK. It's just like much cheaper to actually fly out and to stay in a different country than spending the 7 nights somewhere in the UK. Yeah. And you pay even more and you don't even have all the food included in the UK. No, just like another tip I I wanted to add as well for people who are overthinking and have a difficulty as well to go to bed and to fall asleep and to rest because they have stuff going on and they're worried. And, it's just like one thing that we can do as well before we go to bed, just like to write down a few of the issues where you feel a bit worried or concerned or what is going on currently for you in your life. Just write them down so that it shows your brain already that you are dealing with it partly. So then actually, so when you go to bed, it is not so much bothering you, playing around in your thoughts, and you can actually get your well-deserved rest and sleep. And with the sleep too, the next day, you might find yourself as well in a better position to focus on the solution because you actually had a better sleep and
Sleep, yeah.
rested. So that's a little hack to write the things down which are occupying you right now, and then go to bed as well, it's just like, don't, yeah, but I write them down before.
I like that, Claudia, where you say just because as long as you're aware about you, as long you're not in denial, some people they get in denial. So as long you don't go to that place of in denial of your problems, I like it when you say, just know that everything work out just fine. Just put them on the side. The problems, me, I talk to my problems. You see this baby? I've got maybe 10 of these earphones. Sometimes when I go down or I'm going to my office, when you see this thing they are on, sometimes I'm not talking on the phone. Sometimes I'm talking to my mind or I'm talking to my problems, letting them know that I'm in charge. Problems you can wait for now. You can wait and just because you can't think. When you are bombarded with the stuff in your head, you can't think. So sometimes you just need to put them on the side there to say, just go there for 1 hour. Problems, go there for 1 hour. For me, it's just putting them for 1 hour there, or maybe for 2 days or 3 days, while I can think of how to solve them. Because sometimes you may find that solving the problems is not your problem, is God that needs to solve them. And when you worry about things and stuff that are going to sort itself out, because they do by bringing someone, God may bring a helper to help you. So it's really, really important to be aware of your health, your body. Breathe the signal of safety. Build a daily regulation, like Claudia, you did say. Write your things. Um, Separate your feelings from identity as well. That helps me a lot as well. If you are anxious, your brain treats anxiety like who you are. If you say, I feel anxious, like Claudia, you're recovering well. So you got to speak different. You got to try to find ways, like you said, just when we're coming on, of putting things in a positive perspective of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other words of encouragement? Let me see, do I have something? Yeah, I mean, as well, yeah, as well, to be kind to ourselves, yeah, to be kind to ourselves. And what is the way we talk to ourselves when something doesn't go well or right? And it can be in any area of our lives as well, not just work, yeah, how are we being towards ourselves as well? This is a big impact too on how we are being and so on. And believe me, I'm still guilty as well, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. still like guilty sometimes that there is like just one situation, and I notice as well I'm judging myself, or I'm being harsh toward myself on how I was dealing with this particular situation or person and so on. It's just like, but again, it's awareness, and yeah, it's about the journey. It doesn't happen overnight to, yeah.
And also, I like that, Claudia. And also, don't force positivity in your life when you are feeling the pain. Allow the pain to do whatever it wants to do. Don't say my pain is not allowed. The nervous system comes faster when it feels seen. Try validation. Of course, I feel this way. Something in me is scared. You can still like have hope, but hope works best when it stands on honesty, not denial. So don't force yourself to be. For me, if you see me dancing, when I say I dance when I'm in pain, listen to my lyrics. So I'm dancing through those lyrics, releasing everything that is in my heart, and also acknowledging the pain, whatever, if I'm feeling the pain, or acknowledging the happiness, but I never force the pain to go. I speak to it. It's a mountain that I have to speak to it. When I speak to it, it means it can never return. I'm aware of it. I don't want to have a relationship with pain. I want it gone. And if I want it gone, I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm going to acknowledge the roots, and I'm going to make a choice of how to deal with it, not being in denial. So all these things are important. Honoring yourself is important. Guys, may God bless you. If you're watching us from YouTube, please do subscribe and share the video, or LinkedIn, wherever you might be watching. Subscribe and share. Be part of us. The family, we have 2 groups: Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk Shows. You can join those 2 groups and be part of the family. May God bless you. We shall see you. I shall see you guys on Monday. Claudia, she's being swept away on holiday with her lover.
Yeah, but I'm still with you next week, the week
Oh, you're
after
here
I'm gone.
next
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, she's with us, guys.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
going yet. She made a decision that she just wants to travel around the world, and she's doing it.
Mm.
Because sometimes we may say we want to put money aside, and when we die, people fight for that money. Might as well use it.
Mm.
May God bless you guys.
Absolutely. Bye bye, everyone.